Welcome to the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Meddena.
And
well, I'm more upbeat than you,
yeah,
obviously.
You are. I'm
Hello,
tired.
I'm Tommy.
We're going to do a review on 1,000 trails we stayed at near Clinton, Indiana. I know it seems like every time I do 1,000 trails,
More negative than positive.
it's negative than positive, and this one has definitely got some negatives. We were very, very surprised about it, but we're going to show you a lot of video of the pool, the pool, and various things like this. Most of the sites here are permanent. People that have their campers stored here permanent.
Not most.
Well, all of these mostly are, and they have a bunch of lakes all around here, and a lot of people do fishing in them, which is good if you fish.
There's 7 lakes.
Yeah, and people, what they do is they leave their campers here during the week, and on the weekends is when people come. Now, when we first got here, there wasn't hardly anybody here. There was a lot of campers here, but nobody was here. It was super quiet all week. It was super quiet. And really, it was almost too quiet. And then the weekend it got packed, and it also we didn't see any kids here until the weekend, and then they're everywhere, and they were up to last night to around 11 o'clock, or later, pretty loud up here. Some of the negative things right off the bat, I'm going to tell you.
Well, we do positive first.
Well, no, let me go ahead.
Okay.
Well, the negative things, and the number one negative thing, I think, is there's no one here after 5 o'clock to supervise the park.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody. They said the park manager lives almost 2 hours away, and
I thought it was 30 to 45 minutes.
The park manager is 2 hours away. There was a girl that worked in the office that said she lived about 30 to 45 minutes away, but she said if you need an emergency, 911 is who you need to call. So I mean, you know, if you had, like we had an issue with our electricity where the electricity kept going off about 6 o'clock at night, this whole RV would shut down. And it happened again. It happened about 4 or 5 times on us where we would have to go out and flip the 50 amp breaker. And the neighbor said that he can't run his air conditioner and turn his microwave on at the same time, or he flips his breaker.
And the bad thing is, they put in all new electrical last year or 2 years ago. Supposedly
they put in all new electrical, but they have problems with it losing power. It doesn't stay off for any length of time, but they do lose power. And I did tell the office about that while they were here.
And but now we turned off our inverters for our solar, and ours has not gone off since then. Cross your fingers.
Right. We didn't need any inverters on because we didn't. You know, we're using shore power.
Yeah.
And another thing is they have about 300 to 3,000 geese here, and I'm very serious about that. There is goose poop everywhere. I mean everywhere. You'll get it all over your feet. There's not a place that you can go in this park that there's not goose poop somewhere. It's all over the sidewalks, and they're all over the yard. And I mean they're everywhere. On the road. Yeah, there's goose poop everywhere, and they're a huge herd of geese. Now I don't know if you know about geese, but geese will always come back to where they lay their eggs at. And so it'll take them a long time to resolve this problem with the geese. A very, very long time. They'll have to start put up these noisemakers for shotgun noisemakers to get them out of the area. But that is a huge factor here. There's goose poop everywhere. One thing is, we went out, and we want to tell you about something happened to Maggie. Is we went out and had her out into the
well, there's not a dog park.
There's not a dog park.
So there is a tennis courts that are partially fenced in.
But it's in horrible shape to start off with, and you'll see a video of that too. and she stepped on something that cut her foot open.
There's big cracks, and she was running after a ball. I never thought about it being dangerous. And on the bottom of her paw, she's got a hunk of meat that's peeled up like that, and she can't even walk. We're having to carry her.
Had to pick up that 85-pound dog, 95-pound dog, and put her in the RV.
Okay, let me tell some negatives that I see. Okay, so you get this, you know, when you log in and you go to look at what the amenities are. So they've got boat launches, which that's good. They've got a laundry. We haven't been in to see the laundry. We don't need it. They have horseshoes and mini golf course and a playground. The playground
It's borderline. The playground is borderline. I mean, the merry-go-round has got the splinters coming up, all the wards coming up.
But the mini golf is none. Well,
I took pictures of it.
Yeah,
it is in horrible
shape.
There's about 20 pounds of goose poop on the mini golf,
and its grass has grown up,
and water standing everywhere, and it's not a mini golf course at all. No way to play it anyway. There's no putt, there's no balls, and no putters or anything.
I'm very disappointed in that. Because I wanted to beat this guy again at putt.
The
horseshoes.
There's no.
Did they build a thing in the horseshoe thing?
I didn't see anything but I saw the 2 pins standing up, but there was grass growing up, and there was rocks and stuff. And then the basketball court, it was all grown up with grass also, and they didn't have any balls out there for anybody to play basketballs.
They also have a pavilion where the pool is, that's nice. They've got a big cooker. That is fantastic. But the building that's attached to it, you can't go in.
The family center, you can't go in because it's got a mold problem.
Yeah.
And they've got it locked off, and they got notices: do not enter heavy mold content. So, you know, that the shelter can't. They claim to have 3 or 4 shelters for tornadoes, but what they are is the bathrooms. They're the concrete bathrooms.
Well, it's showing a bathroom there and a shelter beside it, but we didn't see it.
Well, the guy told me it was a bathroom.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Other than that, you know, the positives were that. Well, first off, a couple more negatives. There is zero internet out here unless you have Starlink. We have Starlink, and we were managed to get a place to reach the sky. Yeah. We do have service through Starlink. Zero phone service either. She has to stand like her one leg up and in the corner, you know, and barely.
Move. But if I even breathe, it goes out.
Yeah, it goes out. So there's not really any phone service either.
I have AT&T, by the way.
Yeah, AT&T. Other than that, some of the positives is during the week it is very quiet and there's nobody hardly here. It has a huge, like me and her rode our bikes around the whole place. You can ride your bikes around it.
It's really nice.
And it's got a trail. It's not cut back though. I mean, I got the vines hanging off of me, and I think
that's on one of them.
Yeah, I think the trail is used to find fishing holes around the lakes back there. Everybody was friendly. The girl that checked us in was extremely friendly,
helpful, and very friendly.
She told us she'd be gone at 5 and there wouldn't be anybody here.
So the picnic tables need to be replaced.
Yeah, the picnic tables. Our picnic table is all the boards are there, but it's real splintery. But
and the neighbors,
they're next door. Half of their board was missing. It was just like somebody jumped on top and cracked it all up.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know that.
So he put me on that end yesterday.
But it does have sewer, water, and halfway reliable electric. That's what I say. And during the week, when there's nobody here during the week, it is a very quiet park. But again, there's no supervision. I mean, I don't see how they actually run a park with nobody here at night. There's no office. I mean, nothing. No place to call if you had a broke water. Say a pipe broke for their water out here, or they had a electrical,
a
fire,
I mean, you could
or
call 911,
but
nobody
here's
at the shelter.
here's the thing too you might think about is, and a lot of these parks that have somebody on site all the time, they'll have emergency equipment in case they have, say they had a guy that fell out and had a heart attack, say they have one of these ADT or ADE, these where they could jump them back and get them stabilized until the medical team got here. Or either say they had somebody fell and broke their leg, or 2 golf carts crashed and they had something major. Sure, you don't have any. Yeah, somebody drowns. Kid gets into the lake out there and drowns. There's nobody out here that can have phone service. I mean, we can't even get phone service. We'd have to drive off property to get phone service. And it just seems like they would have a house phone, an emergency house phone where they could call in to say, hey, we got a real emergency. And, not just say, just call 911,
That's what they told us.
Yeah, just call 911.
They can get here before we can.
Yeah.
But now the last park we stayed in, and y'all, if you saw the review on it, I can say they had security.
Yeah, they
were
had somebody that
running around. I mean,
in a car all night long. Yeah. Somebody drove around and watched everything.
I felt very safe.
It was very safe. This place is not safe at night or after 5 o'clock. If they had, on weekends.
An emergency, if they had an emergency.
Well, just think if they had a fight out of here. You got a lot of people out on weekends, drinking on weekends and partying. It's all up and down here at night on weekends. Say they had a fight out of here. Who would they call? You could call the police, but first off, you have to do phone service. You don't have phone service. So that's a huge, big thing.
And we're not dissing on 1,000 trails because we've been to some that are nice, but this one is 1,000 trails. They own this park, from what we understand, and because they own this park, they need to fix it up.
They claimed they said the neighbors said they just spent over $2 million on the electrical.
Okay.
But we have electrical problems. And if they can spend that, they need to spend it on getting somebody staying out of here 24/7.
I think that would be.
That is number one.
To me, that is a liability.
Oh, it is. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Or at least have a camp host. A lot of places will have a camp host. Somebody they furnish them their spot and their utilities, and they kind of act as the night manager.
Okay, now let me tell you this. I believe with all my heart that if they wanted to, they could make this into a destination place because there is so much room, and the tent camping is awesome. The fishing, the things
you could do better with it.
And if they had somebody that was a recreational activities person, get somebody that loves
and
kids.
fix the mold problem.
Yeah.
But just like on their thing, it says fishing lakes. It said boat ramps, and I didn't see any true boat ramps. I saw some places cut out where people were launching their boats through the grass. Swimming pool, they do have a swimming pool. It's kind of small for the size park that they have. It's really small, but it's probably 36 by 20 or something like that. Basketball courts, they do them, but they're all grown up with grass and they're duck poop all over them, goose poop. Horseshoe pit, they don't really have it either. There's no horseshoes out there to be thrown, and it's grass. I got pictures of it. Picnic pavilion, they do have that. I didn't open the grill to see what it looked like. Mini golf, they do not have a miniature golf place. You can't call that a miniature golf place. And a playground is, they do have a swing.
You can put that in your backyard.
Yeah, you have a small swing set. It looked like it's a home version, and like I said, they had a merry-go-round, but the stuff is like I wouldn't want a kid to sit down on it. And planned activities, I don't know what kind of planned activities they have, because I've never seen anybody that works in the office drive through the park yet. Not one time.
Look, this is 1,000
and lodges. I don't know where the lodges are they're talking about. I never saw one lodge out of here.
This is this is a 1,000 trails that can be made great. And so 1,000 trails, we challenge you to make this great. Invite us back and let us do another review on it, because we would love to give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I will not be back until they have somebody here overnight, because it's just too...
I don't want to come back till they have it, so I can play putt.
Well, right, but not some. They need somebody here overnight.
And
that is the number one thing. I mean, if you had some type of real emergency, there's nobody here.
You've got enough room to make a dog park. There's no reason not to have a fenced-in area which is safe for the dogs to run and chase balls and stuff. Maggie should not have a torn-up paw where a hunk of meat's out of it because she was playing in the only place that she's allowed to play.
Yeah, off leash.
Off leash, and she's not.
Really, not really. They can say, "Well, you're not supposed to be in there."
They can
but
say that.
That's the only place that was even a fence around most of it. But we met some unbelievably nice people on both sides of us, and they're just really nice, and we've enjoyed meeting them, and we'll probably see them down the road. So, I don't have much positive stuff to say about this park, except that it could be made into a top-notch, because there's so much to do in this area. There's a video coming, well, actually it came out, it'll come out before this one, that is covered bridges that we went.
This is the capital of covered bridges.
Right, this coming Sunday, and this should be out on Wednesday, or maybe next Sunday if we do a live stream on Wednesday. We're not sure what we're going to do yet, but it could be, it's right out in the middle of nowhere in the cornfields basically, and it's beautiful country, and it's about 10 minutes to Clinton, which has got most Walmart and save a lot, and gas and propane and all that. And so just you
watch the video.
You make your own decisions right after you watch the video.
And if we were too rough, give us a thumbs down. We don't mind.
Yeah, I don't think we will.
I don't think you look
after
at
you
it.
see the video, I don't think that you can say that we didn't give it an honest review.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if we did, give us a thumbs up. And
we'd ask you to please subscribe. The channel is growing. We're hunting that 1,000 subscribers, and we're hunting that 4,000 hours of watch time, so we can get monetized to YouTube. So
share us on Facebook if you get a chance.
So we'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and make a comment down there. Tell us what we're, if you think that we kind of negative down, Debbie down this thing or not, or if you think we're right. So
we appreciate all
we
comments.
Do appreciate, and I am going to touch base with 1,000 Trails and just highly suggest
that they watch this video.
Yeah, that they watch it, and if they get somebody here at night. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for sticking around and following us, and we appreciate it. We love every one of you. Hope to see you out there on the road. Yeah. See, I don't know what park assist is. I'm waiting on you. The tennis court is in poor shape. They need new nets, and their grass is growing all up in here. It's open. You can see these things going. I'm afraid some kids are going to get caught up in these things and cut up. It really need to do some renovation on this tennis court. It's not what I would call up to par. We'll go down to the basketball court. The basketball court is not much in better place either. And the problem with this basketball court is it's got goose poop all over it, because geese are all over this place. And the nets are in pretty good shape, backboards, but it's got goose poop all over it. And the putt-putt course, oh my gosh. This is the putt-putt course. This is the putt-putt course. You know, we were really looking forward, because on the brochures and online it talked about being a premier putt-putt course, and you know, me and Dina are naturally competitive by nature, and this is a joke. It is false advertisement at very best. There's goose poop all over it. It's in horrible condition, horrible, and it just really bad shape, and unsanitary for the goose poop being on it. Look at this, unbelievable. Don't come to play putt-putt, it just is not here. Well, the pool looks very clean. It's small, but it is clean. That's the one thing. That is, it is a small pool, and it does have a lot of places over there to sit and watch, and it looks like they have a barbecue grill there. So this part of it is fairly good. It, like I said, the pool's clean. We have not been swimming, so I can't tell you anything more than that. But it is clean. And there's a place. Most of these are permanent guests on the other side there. It looks like it is a creek going through here, and it does look like it is fairly clear, and they apparently let people swim here at some time, but there are chains across it right now, and also some algae and stuff in there, so I don't know what the deal is with that. It's one on the side of the park here. Apparently at some time they would swim here. And this is their horseshoe pit. It is grown up also. And they have a little playground. It looks like it's in fairly good shape. The merry-go-round there needs to be some splinters taken care of. And they used to have shuffleboard there, but as you can see, they've got a thing built over it. And I don't know what they call that. I mean, that right there, with the grill and stuff, super nice, but that's about it. And this family center here, it's got picnic tables and a nice grill. Family center you can't get into because they have it because of mold. There's mold in there, and it must be super bad, and they haven't cleaned it up. We've been told you can't get in it. How you doing?